Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd, and I'm Todd. Led Zeppelin, great group. I remember buying the first Led Zeppelin album. We had a camera store in our downtown called Gene's Camera. They also sold 12-inch vinyl albums and 7-inch reel to reel tapes. It was one of the few stores that actually sold reel to reel tapes. So when you walked in, along the ceiling, they had a shelving unit that went around the store. And they had albums displayed on that shelving unit. So when you walked in, the whole upper portion of the store was different LPs that they were promoting. When I walked in, I saw this one that stuck out from all the others. It was black and white cover and had a dirigible crashing in the ground and burning. It reminded me of the Hindenburg. In fact, it probably was a picture of the Hindenburg. I pointed out to the salesperson, I said, "What is that album?" Because it was way up there. I couldn't read anything on the front cover. And the person said, "That's a new group. They're called Led Zeppelin." And I thought, that is a cool title of a group. I love that name. I said, can I take a peek at it?" He gave me a copy of the album, looked at the cover, loved the cover, just loved the cover. One of my favorite Led Zeppelin album covers. Flipped it over, and here's four guys I never heard of: Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham. Never heard of these guys before. Got to remember, this was well before the internet, so you couldn't just like do a search and find out about these guys. It was like, if you don't read all of the music papers, and we didn't have that many in the United States, you might miss something about a new band that's coming around. And they were a new band. But I bought it, took it home, put it on the turntable, and loved it. Just loved it. It was a great British blues album, and I loved British blues. It was just dynamite. And I listened to that album over and over and over. It's the Led Zeppelin album that I've played the most in my lifetime. It is just a dynamite album. That same year, 1969, they put out a second album called Led Zeppelin II. And I didn't even think about it. I just went out and bought it. I bought the album, put it on. I like it, but it wasn't a British blues album. It was a hard rock album. But what was cool about this album was the mixing of the songs. I mean, nothing's better than the mix of Whole Lotta Love. You put on your headphones and it's just spinning around your head. Plus, it had the song Thank You on it, which is just a dynamite song by Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin III came out in 1970. I bypassed that one. I'm not sure why, but I bypassed that album. I didn't buy it. I don't think I really cared for the single Immigrant Song, and I'm thinking that's the way the whole album is. So I kind of let it go. I didn't buy it. Well, in 71, Led Zeppelin IV came out. The Ruins album came out. And that album I picked up immediately. And I remember playing it with my friends, Scott and Chuck and so on. And we'd always play Black Dog. Black Dog was just such a cool song. And then you had rock and roll. You had the song Stairway to Heaven, like Stairway to Heaven. The whole album was just really one good track after another. But the track that really stood out for me was Battle for Evermore. It was acoustic track, which was, unique. There was, I believe, two acoustic tracks. Going to California was another one on there. So there was like two acoustic tracks on this album that should have been all electric, right? I mean, Led Zeppelin is an electric band. But Battle for Evermore, I mean, it has acoustic guitar. It has a mandolin in it. It's just a really kind of neat song. And Robert Plant's voice is so dynamic in that song. The other thing is, it had a female vocalist. That's what I thought was so cool, was how this female vocalist sang along with Robert Plant, and the two together just made this song so special. Well, inside the album jacket, it said that this female vocalist was Sandy Denny. Now, that's another person I never heard of before. And again, I just couldn't go to Google and type in Sandy Denny to find out a history. I really didn't know anything about her until later years. Well, it turns out she was with the Straubs in the 60s. Then she was part of Fairport Convention. And then she started her own band, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I've tried to pronounce it like 16 times before I made this video. I just can't get it right. So I'm leaving that one alone. And then she was solo. She went on her own. But she died of a very young age. She died at 19 in 1978. So it was like she had a very tragic sort of short life. So I thought it'd be really cool if we're going to pick a Led Zeppelin song, to pick one that's so different from all the other Led Zeppelin songs that were recorded. And that's Battle for Evermore. I just think it's a dynamite song. I love how Robert Plant and Sandy Denny sing together. I love the acoustic instruments. It's just a neat song. So from there, we're going to listen to Battle for Evermore.
Of light took her bow, and then she turned to go. The Prince of Peace embraced the gloom and walked the night alone. Dancing in the dark the night, sing to him more. Dark Lord rides and falls.
It's cool how, they come into the song. They're continuing to raise the volume of the instruments in the song, and Robert Plant starts singing, and he's got that really cool voice anyways. I just think Robert Plant has a very unique, cool voice. And then she kind of like fades in as well with her vocals, Sandy Denny's vocals, and just like adds so much to what Robert Plant is singing. It's like it's almost reinforcing what Robert Plant is singing, and the two voices together just sound so cool together. So let's go back just a little bit, and we'll get that again right about there.
And then she turned to go. The Prince of Peace embraced the gloom and walked the night alone. Dancing in the dark the night, sing to him more. Dark Lord rides in force tonight, and time will tell us all. Throw down your blindfold, rest not to lock your home. Side by side, we wait the night of the darkest all I hear Horace's thunder down in the valley below. I'm waiting for the angels of Avalon, waiting for the eastern glow. The apples of the valley, oh, the seas of happiness. Ground is rich from tender care, repay, do not forget. No, no, dance in the dark night, sing to the morning light. Clouds turn to brown and black, the tyrant's face is red. War is the common cry, pick up your swords and the sky is filled with good and bad, mortals never know. Oh well, the night is long, the beats of time pass slow. Tired eyes on the sunrise, waiting for the eastern glow. The pain of war cannot exceed the woe of aftermath. The drums will shake, the castle wall, the ring razor iron black. Ride on, raise your right on, shoot straight to thunder fall. No comfort here, the fire at night, the lights the face so cold. sing till the morning and light. I'm waiting to bring the ballad.
Okay, that part is just that part where she sings that line right there. That just blows me away every time she comes in, and she almost like dominates the vocals at that time. She hadn't really dominated the vocals through the song until that particular line. Then she kind of took over from Robert Plant, and then he comes back in again. But that just shows the dynamics of Sandy Denny's voice. I just really love that little section of the song. It's just really good. It's really good how she takes that over. So let's go back and play that.
The drums will shake, the castle wall, the ring razor iron black. Ride on, raise your right on, shoot straight to Dundee Fall. No comfort here, the fire at night, the lights the face so cold. Dance in the dark of night, sing till the morning. Shining, the clouds are blue or white, with flames from the dragon of darkness, the sunlight blinds his
Nice song. Like I say, I love this song. It's so different than anything else Led Zeppelin did before and did after. I don't think they've ever done another song like Battle of Evermore. It's just so unique. And the instrumentation is unique. And having a female vocalist is in there as singing along with Robert Plant, that's unique. And the song is so well structured. I mean, it's such a cool song. Just so well done. I mean, I give this 2 thumbs up. Great song. Like I said, it was the one track that, as I played the Led Zeppelin IV album, it wasn't until a couple of plays that I went, that is really a good song. That has got to be the best song on the album. And that's the way I feel today, that this is by far the best song on Led Zeppelin IV. So I hope you enjoyed Led Zeppelin with Sandy Denny doing the song, the Battle of Evermore. If you did, hit the like button. That'd be cool. If you have any comments about Led Zeppelin, Sandy Denny, the song Battle of Evermore, or any of the Led Zeppelin songs, put it in the comments below. That'd be really cool. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Just subscribe to it. Do it right now. Don't even think about it. Just do it ring the bell for updates to my latest videos. So I hope you enjoyed this. It put a big smile on your face. It helped you get through the day. And peace out, baby.